Hi guys, it's me again, Rich from TrackSpark, with another quick tutorial. This one may seem a little rushed, we'll find out, so please bear with me. And if anyone does have any questions on this one, feel free to email us. But it's just about being a little bit more creative with your loops, on how you make your music. Don't just plonk your loops in there and expect it to sound good, because it probably won't. This may take it to a slightly more sort of exaggerated level, but it's just a way of showing you what you can sort of create. All of these loops that I'm going to use in this little tutorial are from the TrackSpark packs. And there's some vocals, some really cool twisted vocals from this month's pack, well, August pack. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So let's get on with it. Right, so what I've done is I've dragged in these 6 loops, six drum loops. And if we look closely, we can see tempo wise here, 150, 150, 150, 150, 160, 145. So I've kept them all at pretty much the same tempo, because I know that they're going to have a similar sort of feel to them. If I'm looking at this sort of 150, 160 level, it's going to have that sort of drum and bassy feel. And I only went for that because they were the first ones that I sort of ended up with, if you know what I mean. So we'll have a quick listen. That was the first loop. Fifth. And that's it. Right, so what I'm going to do with all of these, instead of just using them as they are, I'm going to splice them all up to create a new sort of drum loop, and just take parts out of each one of them. So just to save time, this is one I did earlier. I did sort of rush it a little bit, but let's just load this session up. Okay, so here we can see it. Right, so if we just focus on these top 6 channels, again, everything else is muted out. We can see that I've spliced little bits, little sections out of each loop, almost like a collage. So if I mute some of them, you can sort of see. So I sort of I've done the alternate sort of splices. So here's my and then if I add another one in, I've sort of tried to fill in the gaps, but I've doubled up on some of them because I liked the impact or the hits that they had. And if I take this one in, this is just the first bar of the entire loop, look. And if we listen to it, I've EQ'd it all out, so I'm just left with the hi-hats, really. Just gives the loop a little bit more sort of momentum. And then here's one. I didn't necessarily need this, but I've again chopped it up and reversed a few hits just to give, I don't know, some more slightly interesting texture to the loop. Let's so I've created a new sort of loop full of textures just by splicing these up, and then I've grouped them through this group channel here that I've called beats. So I've not done really any mixing at all, apart from, you know, some filtering and a little bit of EQing, but no real mixing. So let's save that. Then what I did was I've gone for one of the guitar loops. Again, this was the guitar loop. Let's bring it over here and just whack it out, and then you can hear what it does. One of the acoustic guitar loops. Luckily, again, 160 BPM. We're at 150, so it wasn't much of a stretch. In terms of tempo difference, and again I've just sort of chopped out slices and chunks, so that it sort of emphasises, so it works with the beat a little better. So let's have a listen to. What I've done there with that last bit is that didn't exit, that was there. I've just taken the last beat here and copied it over 4 times to give a bit of a stuttery effect. So let's just give them a slight fade in and a slight fade out and see how it works with the beat. And I've taken the bits out where I've got some interesting things happening in the beat, just to emphasise and give those a bit of space, and it just sort of breaks the whole thing up a bit more and makes it interesting. So that's what I've done with the guitar bit. Next, I went for a vocal sample, and these are from the new Twisted Vocals pack in August's pack. So let's have a listen. I've muted these 2 out, as you can see. So let's unmute them and see what I started with. Again, it was probably different from that. Let's open it up and see how it starts. Right, so this is the actual sample. Okay, and I've put a bit, obviously you can hear the delay on it. I've put a bit of delay, and I've also got this Abuser plugin, which was one of our lovely plugins from one of the earlier packs. Again, I love this plugin. It's really heavy sort of distortion. This is without it. Just wanted to give it a bit more beef and just make it, you know, messy as well, a bit more grungy. So I've obviously chopped it up. Right, so right, and if we look here, we can see it's in C minor, this Twisted Male 11. So I've literally, and then if we take a look at the acoustic guitar, it says E minor. So there is 2 tones difference there. So what I did was just pitched it up by 4 semitones or 2 tones, so that it obviously it's in the same key. Then I wanted another vocal in there just to vary it up a little bit more. So if I mute those out because they're happening at the same time that I've got these, I don't want them going over each other and clashing. We can listen to this one.
Every time
and there is some sort of audible actual lyrics. Okay, so here's the second vocal sample. I just if we have a quick listen to it. Every time. Right, there is some obviously you know, lyrics that you can make out. It's not just weird twisted stuff. So what did it start out as? Let's have a listen. I think it started. Oh no, it didn't. Let's have a listen. Every time. Okay, so that's how it started, and I obviously chopped the end bit out because I wanted the actual lyric itself. Again, oh no, we're in the right key here. Look, E minor, so that's fine. Let's have a listen. Cool, right. So, you know, it's coming together. And like I said, all of these sort of samples that I've used and loops are from all of the packs, previous packs and this month's pack. So all we need now is just like a bass line, really. So I followed what the guitar was doing, just with a simple bass line, with a simple preset, actually, sorry, from this Rounds synth in Reactor. Because it was the first one I went to. Again, I was just sort of trying to keep it quick, easy and simple. So the chord progression is probably a little predictable, and I could probably actually make these, probably chop some of these notes out. Wrong one, probably there. Make it a little bit more interesting, but there we go. So like I said, you know, use your loops in a slightly more interesting and creative way. This was obviously a little rushed and unmixed and all the rest of it, but I hope that sort of gives you an idea on you know, a good way to use all the stuff that we're giving you. I would just like to point out as well on this what I've stuck on. I've stuck on a couple more of these plugins that we were given in the previous packs. Let's just go through it quick. Let's just listen to it. That is the plain synth. I've stuck on That Thing, which is a great plugin by Beat Skills. I've just taken the bottom off it a bit, and there's a bit of amp hum in there. Let's just make it a bit stereo wider. It's really good, that one. And a bit more distortion with the valve filter, another great plugin that we've given out. So I've put the drive up quite a lot and use the filter, the low pass filter. Just to crunch it up a bit. Like I said, this isn't mixed properly, but they're really great plugins, so if you've got them, use them. Right, I'll see you next time. Cheers. If there's anything people want to know about or any question, if you want, you know, me to do a tutorial, particularly on anything, then just give us a shout. But But or if you've got any questions, then send us an email. Cheers. Next time.